Welcome to Weekend Night Live, hosted by Samuel Jacobs Abbey, where we play music, talk shows, and interviews on Be Inspired Podcast Network. Stay tuned and keep your dial on www.beinspiredpodcast.com. Don't forget to stay connected, be inspired, be unique, and be different. To Weekend Night Live, hosted by Samuel Jacobs Abbey, where we play music, talk shows, and interviews on Be Inspired Podcast Network. Stay tuned and keep your dial on www.beinspiredpodcast.com. Don't forget to stay connected, be inspired, be unique, and be different.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am super excited and I'm very happy that today we've had an opportunity to be here and to discuss a very important topic. And so I am so glad that today the opportunity to discuss youth empowerment and youth leadership, it's one way of ensuring that we contribute to our community and also to ensure that individuals, young people, are empowered in our society and also in our community. And I am very excited that today I have no mean a person but a friend, somebody who have his own story to tell, somebody who is very, very, very passionate when it comes to youth and leadership. And I am so excited that today I am going to join on the studios to discuss this important conversation. So just to begin, you can appreciate and you can understand the fact that when we talk about youth empowerment, what do we mean and what does it mean? Now, Bill Gates once said that as we look ahead to the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. Now, what does that mean? It means that when we want to rebuild our countries and we want to build our communities, we cannot we cannot be successful without empowering people or encouraging people, as it were, to be able to get involved. And so for this reason, what does it make to change the world? What does it make to change the world? What does it make to change the world? Some might say, well, you need inspiration. Some might say you just need an idea. Others will also say we need a global movement. We need a movement that can make a global impact. Others will also probably say we need a change in the world. And others may as well suggest that we need a gathering of like-minded. But let me tell you, in order to provide inspiration to people, all you need to do is just one simple thing, just to empower somebody. And this is what the organization Genius Chamber International has been doing all these years. And so today, I am so excited that we are going to discuss Genius Chamber International but not only Junior Chamber International, but the man elected to lead that organization for 2018. Mr. Emmanuel Boni was born in Accra, Ghana. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Human Resource Management from the Central University College. He is also a graduate of JCI Japan Leadership Academy. He is currently the CEO of Crown Hill Properties Company Limited and the owner of Real Estate TV Ghana. He is currently the 2018 JCI Ghana National President. So this is the man who is actually going to lead that movement, that organization for 2018. Folks from around the world, I want to take this moment and this opportunity to welcome to the studios of Be Inspired Podcast Network my good friend, Mr. Emmanuel Boni. Mr. Boni, welcome to Be Inspired.
Thank you very much for listening on this platform.
Very good. We are super excited to have you, and we can't wait to hear all the beautiful things that you are going to share with us. But first of all, like we do, it's so important that people from around the world will get to know what Be Inspired Podcast Network is and what we stand for. And so all that I want to let those who are just tuning in for the first time to know is that Be Inspired Podcast Network has a mission, and our mission is to tap into individuals and groups' talents in an effort to bring social change implication to our communities and to our societies. I also want you to know that we envisage a platform where scholars, social workers, individuals, professionals, as well as individuals who believe in social change by presenting research papers and showing up on our talk shows in order to make a positive impact. And so, having said this, I will now take this opportunity to ask our resource guest, Mr. Boni, to officially introduce himself and walk us through the basics of his introduction, and we'll come back to you. So, Mr. Boni, why don't you tell your listeners all over the world at this point? If you look on our website, we have 10,941 people listening to you right now in real time. Please introduce yourself to your audience.
Right. Thank you very much once again. My name is Emmanuel Boni, and I'm a realtor. I'm a real estate person, but currently I'm a member of JCI Ghana, and I've been elected as JCI Ghana President for 2018. And we have a lot of work to do, so I'm ready to take on the job.
Thank you so much for this quick background. So you mentioned about JCI. Now tell me a bit, what is JCI? Just walk me through what JCI is and why it matters that young people should belong to this organization. So talk to us a little for the sake of those who don't know what JCI means.
JCI, Junior Chamber International, but we call it JCI all the time. Now, JCI is a non-profit organization. It's an international organization of over 200,000 young active citizens. Now, in JCI, we believe that in order to create a positive change, better yourself in order to create a positive change. And our vision in JCI is to be the leading global network of young active citizens. Now, our mission is to provide development opportunities that will create a positive change in our youth, in our young ones, to enable wherever you find yourself, that will go a long way to create an impact. So we believe in that we need to better, we say JCI be better. Now we believe that we need to better ourselves, and then in bettering ourselves, we empower ourselves to go out there to create a positive change. So basically JCI, this is what we set out to do. And we are in over 100 countries. We are over 200,000 members around the world. and we are focused on creating positive change.
You for telling us what JCI is. So, uh, it's about you. So, when did you join JCI yourself?
Right. I joined JCI in the year
In
2008.
2008, when you joined JCI, can you walk us through the moment? I mean, what inspired you to join JCI? Because they are equally good organizations and institutions, like Rotary Club, like Lions Club, just name them. But you chose to become a member of Junior Chamber International. Why did you decide that Junior Chamber International was the best organization for you to join? And if you don't mind, you can also include
Right.
who may have introduced you to this organization.
Right. Thank you very much. Now, in 2008, I had a friend um, who was who became the president of JCI Ghana in 2009. He was my friend, and he was already a member. And one day I went to him. We were discussing business. Out of it, he said, "Listen, I need to introduce you to this non-profit organization, and I believe that it's going to help you." So he actually sat me down, took me through JCI, made me go on the website, which is www.jci.cc, made me read everything. He explained everything to me and told me that this is the way forward for you as a young man. Now, what makes us JCI different from other non-profit organizations? He made me know that now JCI members, what we do mainly is that we take initiatives to solve local challenges, and then we do more than just one-time donation or service opportunity. We focus on sustainable impact locally and globally. It only takes one active citizen to change the world. That is why we are decided that if I want to change the world. I mean, I want to change my community, which will go a long way to change my country, and in the long run, impact the world. This is the organization that I need to join, because this is totally different from other non-profit organizations. Because focusing on solving local challenges is one of the factors that motivates me, because we have a lot of challenges all the time. It comes up in communities, and we find out that people keep complaining, yet they don't take action. But I decided, no, joining JCI is going to empower me to take initiatives that will solve these local challenges, and in the long run, impact the community and the nation as a whole. That is why I decided to join JCI.
Wow, thank you so much for this background. Do you mind sharing the name of this individual, or you want to keep that for a moment?
He's always been a mentor to me, so I like to mention he's 2009 president of JCI Ghana, Pakwesi Nkumsa.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Pakwesi Nkumsa, wherever you are, let me say a big shout out to you, because the effort you put into discussing the JCI with Emmanuel today has led him to become the sitting president of JCI Ghana. Can you imagine that? This is where we say that do not despise little efforts, because you never know what the end result will look like. And this is like a real testimony of just an impact. But Emmanuel, you said something which caught my attention. You had mentioned that one of the objectives of JCI is to provide positive social change. I'm sure you know by now that at Being Inspired, one of our core objective is a social change implication. And so social change means so much to us, and we support social change very well. Now, what are some of the activities of JCI, particularly in the area of social change implication?
Right. I'd like to focus on some of the activities that we've undertaken in Ghana over the past years, if that's okay for you. Right. Talk about, let's say, my local chapter, for instance. In JCI, what we do is that your community that you operate from, you try to solve local challenges that will create that social change. Now, there was a time that we realized that we are having a lot of issues with malaria. It was going a long way to cost not just individuals, but in the long run, it affects government budget in spending when it comes to malaria. So we decided as a local chapter to embark on what we call nothing but net. So we went out there. First of all, we did cleaning exercises in the communities that we are operating from. After that, we got treated mosquito nets. We went to the community. We actually took them through training. We organized what we call the DEBA. We demonstrated how treated mosquito nets are used, how to keep them for a long time. We ensured that we went to the houses of most of the community people and installed this bed net for them. Now, after a while, we don't just do it and leave, but we go back to monitor progress to see how this initiative that we took is helping them out. And we realized that once we did that, it sort of brought down the malaria issues in that locality. Now, another project that we also embarked on was what we call it's a library project. There was a school that we identified in our community. It had a lot of children, yet they didn't have a very good library. So the children were not reading. So we decided to do what we call we decided to encourage them to reading. So how do we do that? We went there, we realized that they had a very big room that was supposed to be a library, but unfortunately nothing was happening there. So it was in bad shape. We mobilized ourselves, we went in there, we redid the whole place, basically pulled down every structure in there, refitted everything, stocked the whole place with books. Then we initiated the reading contest in that school. Gradually, we realized that most of the children in that school started reading, started learning. They just computers and everything in the library, so we got so much books in there. And every year, what we do a reading contest. And there were these children now very eager to speak and read very well. And they were ready to go out there to contest in national competitions when it comes to reading and studying. So we realized that this was creating that social change that we were looking for. They became very, very confident of themselves. They could speak to you. They could speak to people when they meet them. They could go out there and compete. And we ensure that even the teachers in that school have to go through the training. So we are monitoring, we are evaluating, and we realized that it was creating a huge change in that locality. A lot of children were coming around to go through that process. So you look at some of these things that we do, and we realize that it's creating a lot of social change, but mainly because we start from the scratch, and we don't just do it as a one-time thing, but we try to maybe put a strategy in place, let's say a 5-year plan. So we go through those processes and we keep monitoring. We want to see the impact in the next 5 years. And as we do that, we social change that the 5th year is created. So these are some of the projects and lots of others that we've been doing, especially with other chapters. We've done a lot more than just these two. And we realize that any project that we set out to do, because of the strategic plan that we put in place, in the long run, it creates that social change that we want to see, and it's been good all the way through and through.
Wow, wow! What an excellent activities that you and your team have done so far. I was taking notes, and I am just looking at the effect of this change as it in having an impact in the lives of these individuals that your project and your initiatives may have reached. And I just want to take this moment to thank you and the leadership and the entire JCI team for such a beautiful activity. So, but having said that, uh, there may be others who are listening to us right now from across the world who may be wondering. So, with all that you have said, does that mean you need to have a specific background to join a JCI? Because, I mean, from what you are saying, it looks like it is project oriented, and so some of these things may require a certain background. Now, is that the case? Do you need to have a specific background in any field in order for you to become a JCI member?
No, I would say. Now, in JCI, what you really need to be a JCI member is simple. You just need to be within the age bracket of 18 to 40. Once you fall within 18 to 40, you can join. You can join. You just need to identify in your country whether there is JCI in your country. Once you do that, then the next thing you do is to look for a local chapter to join. Once you join the chapter, once you fall within the age, you are qualified to join JCI. Now, you don't really need to be, let's say, an accountant to take up a position, because in JCI, we empower you. JCI empowers you to be a leader. It doesn't matter your background. So once you become a member of JCI member, you don't shy away from positions. You can become a member the next moment they are giving you a position. And because you are being trained to be a leader, naturally, once you go through the JCI processes, you become a leader naturally. You might be a shy person. You might be somebody who doesn't know how to speak to people. You think, oh no, I'm too shy, I can't do this. I can't stand in front of people. But in JCI, we have a lot of training, such as public speaking and a whole lot of training. Now, once you take up a leadership position, we have what we call the officers training school. Now, this is a school that is put together and you are trained. And once you come out of the training, you are ready to work with your position. And in JCI, we have what we call 1 year to leave. 1 year to leave. So whatever position you take, it's from the 1st of January of that particular year to the 31st of December of that same year. After that, you can take up another position. So in JCI, basically, you don't really need any background. All you need is yourself and your willingness, your willingness to serve humanity. Once you have that and you're willing to do it, that is all it takes for you to be a JCI member. And once you're in JCI, remember you are going to be empowered. You are going to be empowered. Naturally, you become a leader. And I can tell you, it gets to that point that you just cannot come out of JCI because you want to do more for humanity. And as we say, service to humanity is the best work of life. So in JCI, we empower you. We ensure that you are bold enough to carry on with whatever position that you are given. And it's not really about the position, but it's about the ability, the commitment, the willingness to serve that really makes you a JCI member. So I would encourage everyone listening to me now, if you are in a country, just Google JCI www.jci.cc. Read more about our activities. Then find out if you have a national organization in your country. Find a local chapter and just join. In fact, you will be glad you did, because at the end of the day, you will come out as a better person. Because in JCI, we say be better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the background. So, in your, I heard you mention a couple of times. Just Google your neighborhood, and you will know if there's a JCI in your community. So, does that mean that JCI is not necessarily a local-based organization, but has an international touch? Now, can you walk us through the structure of the JCI, just to have an idea? I have a lot of questions coming in, but I want to see if you can walk us through the structure of JCI, and see if it is something that will entice a lot of people from around the world.
Right. So JCI was founded in 1915, and our founder's name is called Henry Rosenberg. Now, JCI, the headquarters of JCI is located in the U.S., United States of America, in St. Louis. Okay, so JCI operates from the headquarters, but in every country, there's a national organization. We have our international officers, we have our world president, and then at the national level, that is the country, you have the national organization. And the national organization, you have the local chapters. Now, these local chapters are what really makes JCI what it is, because everything comes from it's locally based. It comes from the local chapters. They really work together. They make sure that what the projects that needs to be done are really done. So JCI also has what we call the General Assembly. We also operate let's say, a parliament. We have the General Assembly, which is the highest authority in JCI. Because at the General Assembly, a lot of decisions are taken, officers are elected, and it's one place that you learn a lot, because we have what we call the parliamentary procedures. We don't just speak. The parliamentary procedures teaches you how to speak, so it emboldens you, it makes you understand that in every society there are rules and regulations, and you need to abide, because in JCI we work with constitution. So every national organization, the international organization has a constitution, and out of this, the national organization also couch out their constitution. And based on that, the local chapters, which are affiliated to the national organization, are able to also have their own local constitution. And so we operate with constitution. We don't just do anything anyhow. We go along with our constitution, which is the mandate for which we are JCI members. So in JCI, we have our procedures, we have our processes. Once you become a member, you need to understand that this is how you operate. And you will be taught, you will be materials to be shared to you. You have everything that you need to empower you to be a young artist. So that is the process of JCI.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for sharing this background with you folks from around the world. I know you are all getting itchy because your questions have not been asked. I'm going to ask this quick question, and after that we'll come to all of you so that we can ask your questions for you, so you get all the answers you are looking for. Again, I am here in our studios with Mr. Emmanuel Boni, the 2018 2018 JCI Ghana National President, and we are discussing the topic empowering to make a difference. So, sir, empowering to make a difference, what does that mean?
As a JCI member, or as an individual, or as a young person, you need to be an active citizen. You need to be an active citizen. Now, being an active citizen means to take initiative to better yourself. Now, in bettering yourself, you need to empower yourself, you need to equip yourself with the right tools that will help you to create that positive change in the community and in the world. So as a JCI member, first of all, we try to empower you. Not that just trying, but we will empower you. Once we empower you with training, with a lot more, and create that difference, you can make that difference because now you are empowered. You are a better person. You can create solutions to local challenges. So in doing that, because you have the mindset of an active citizen who takes initiative, who is looking for sustainable solutions to help local challenges, to solve local challenges, you naturally become empowered. And once you become empowered, ultimately you end up making that difference in the community, which will go a long way to have an impact in your society and your country, and in the long run will create that difference in the world. So basically, empowering to make a difference, that is what it means. To be a young, active citizen, to take initiative, to better yourself, and then empower those around you, and then equip yourself with the right tools to create that positive change.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. So now let me go to our question lines, so we'll be able to hear some of the questions that have come in for Mr. Bonnie. And again, like I said, for those of you who are just joining us right now, I am discussing empowering to make a difference with Mr. Emmanuel Bonnie, who is the 2018 JCI Ghana National President. So the first question I have here is actually coming from Robert. And Robert is writing from Australia, in Sydney, Australia. And Robert's question to you is that, say, good evening, Mr. Bonnie. Thank you so much for sharing the background of JCI. Even though I am not a member of JCI, there are a lot of JCI in my community and my neighborhood here in Australia. I will consider joining it because I'm still within the age bracket. I'm not yet 40, so I will consider to join them. My question to you is that of all these projects that you've talked about, what mechanism does JCI put in place to measure, to see the real impact that the activities and the initiatives that you and your team have embarked on, how are you measuring that initiative to see the real impact?
Right. Thank you very much, my friend from Australia. I encourage you to join. Now, in JCI, we have what we call the Active Citizen Framework. Now, this Active Citizen Framework, when we understand it very well, it's going to help not just communities, but every country in the world. Now, number one, there are 5 things that constitute this Active Citizen Framework. Number one, analyze. We need to analyze the community needs. Once you understand or you analyze the community needs, it enables you to achieve sustainable impact. Now, the community needs must be analyzed and understood very well to identify the root causes of that problem. Or 2, then you develop sustainable solutions. You develop this sustainable solution by uniting with stakeholders from different sectors of the society. Then all of these uniting projects are formulated to address the causes and the root causes. You collaborate with them, and then you target the solutions become more targeted to the challenges in this community. Then the third thing you do is you execute by taking action. Once you identify these root causes, you need to take action, mobilizing resources, rallying support, and implementing the project plan. Because remember, you develop when you are at a certain point, you develop a sustainable solution. So that is the project plan. Then the fourth thing that you do is you review, you monitor and evaluate results. So there's a monitoring and evaluation of results. That means it's important that through the process, through the stages of the project, you need to monitor at every stage what impact it's creating. Make sure that the goals that you intend to create, you're on track to achieve it. Then you analyze the data, you measure the resulting positive change. And then the last thing that you do is you partner. You partner at each step of the way. When you are engaging the community stakeholders, you need to let them own the project. Once they know they own the project, they see themselves as part of the solution. So when even you are not around, because they see themselves as part of the solution, they are ready to ensure that sustainable solution will be there and take away that change that is in that community. So in the long run, we realize that we have good results and the solution will create a sustainable impact. So these are some of the measures. This is the main measure that we JCI has put in place. It's called the Active Citizens Framework. This framework is something that any organization, be it at the governmental level, be it in any form of organization, can use it, and it's going a long way to solve challenges. So this is what JCI has for every person in the world.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for that background. Let me take this opportunity to say good evening to you, Your Royal Highness, the Queen Mother of Alavanyo Traditional Council in the Volta region, Royal Highness Mamaga Ameto II. I just want to say hi to you and thank you so much for spending some time to listening to the show, even though you are somewhere in your rural community making a real social change impact. God bless you. I'm sure Emmanuel Bonny will very soon visit your community to start initiatives there, because the JCI initiatives are so powerful, as he said. Now, come to think about it. Let me go straight, since I've been to Australia. Now, let me come to the center part of Europe. So now I have Spain here, and this is coming from Marco from Spain. And Marco said, "Good evening, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for giving us a background of JCI. I'm more interested in empowering to make a difference. It sounds so eloquent, but what role do you think JCI, and for that matter, government of a nation, can play in helping to empower people to make a difference, particularly young people between the ages of 18 and 40? By the way, I am also a member of JCI here in Barcelona."
Right. Thank you very much. Now, the role that government or JCI can play, both have very good roles to play. As a JCI member, you need to ensure that, first of all, you have to understand that you are an active citizen. You don't wait for challenges to come to you, but you need to look out for the challenges. Because, mind you, as a member of JCI, you are representing JCI International. So you yourself are JCI. So you can take the initiative to partner with government. Now, once you know, because if you realize, I said that we have the JCI Citizen Framework, Active Citizen Framework. And then when you come to the number 2, I talked about uniting the stakeholders. Now, these stakeholders from all sectors of society, it includes government, be it local government or be it ministries or any government department. You know, you as a JCI member, you are supposed to unite with these stakeholders. So you need to take that initiative as a JCI member. Once you, as an individual, take that initiative, it means you are JCI as a whole taking that initiative. So you as a JCI member should remember that every initiative that you take to partner with the government, sometimes our government, they speak to us broadly, but sometimes it takes you as an individual to push through, to be able to approach them, to take that initiative to ensure that you are getting the right partnership, you know, to make sure that things that need to be done in your community are being done, you know. So let's say in Ghana currently, we form partnership with certain government agencies, you know, that next year we are going to work with them. You know, they did not come to us, but we realized that there were a lot of challenges in certain communities that we want to operate. But because of our active citizen framework, we realized that no, we need to take that initiative to go form that partnership. With those partnerships that we form, we had memorandum of understanding with them, and they realized that it will, in a long way, help their governmental efforts to address certain issues in the community. So we are more than happy that we came to them and we have that MOU signed, and we are ready to push through to ensure that in the long run, as a JCI member representing JCI, we will do what we need to do to ensure that sustainable impact is taken.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for that piece of information. And in response to Marco's question, we are slowly getting to the end of our conversation. But another question is coming from Sierra Leone, and this is coming from another long-time listener to our show, Bangura from Freetown in Sierra Leone. Bangura's question to you is thank you so much, Mr. Bonnie, for sharing light on this topic for us. Do we have JCI in Sierra Leone? I don't think so, but if there is, I will Google and see if there is. My question to you is that I am a war child, a soldier. In fact, I fought during the war as a child, and by the grace of God, the war in our country is over. We've been integrated into our community. I have done everything to make an impact in the lives of other people, but I feel disempowered because sometimes we want to take initiatives and society has not accepted us because of our past. As JCI, and when we talked about empowering to make a difference, what are some of the strategies that you can share with me so I can also share with my team to make an impact?
I'm not too sure if there's JCI in Sierra Leone, but I will encourage Bangura to Google JCI, and then you will find the countries that for the country JCI members in every country. So you could go to the website www.jci.cc. You can get information as to whether Sierra Leone is part of it. And I believe it is very good if he becomes a member. If not, he can get in touch. We have EVP, that's Executive Vice President, that is in charge of certain areas. We could make a proposal to him to take it to the international, and then they could look up setting up an organization in Sierra Leone, because it's very important that young active citizens, young people become active citizens in Sierra Leone. And then when he talks about, I believe he asked how he could be empowered to be a young active citizen, if I'm right.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So to be a young active citizen is basically simple. What you need to do is to learn to take initiatives. Don't wait. Don't join the people complaining. Oh, why is this not done? Oh, this is bad. Oh, the community is so dirty. Oh, there's so much issues here. What you need to do is to, first of all, decide. It's a personal decision. Decide that you want to be a young active citizen. And now, being a young active citizen, you need to take initiative. You take initiative, first of all, by bettering yourself. Once you better yourself, then you go out there, identify challenges in the community. It doesn't have to be a very big challenge, but it can be any small challenge in that community where you are. You start from there. Once you realize that once you identify that challenge in that community, now you need to look for sustainable solutions. Now, in looking for the sustainable solution, you can partner with certain stakeholders. It could be the local government, it could be community heads, it could be if there are churches, if there are, let's say, there are other forms of community leaders in that community. You partner with them to develop this sustainable solution. Once you do that, it means you are taking initiative. You are spearheading something. And in the long run, once you develop this and ensure that you come up with a project plan that you follow through, make sure that the community people own the project. They own the sustainable solution. Once the community people can identify with that sustainable solution, they feel empowered. And then it means that you are really playing that critical role as a young active citizen. And in the long run, once you monitor and evaluate and realize that, yes, the necessary impact that you wanted to create for that social change has been achieved, now you can say to yourself, yes, you've empowered yourself and you've made a difference.
Thank you so much for that wonderful and deep thought process. Now, let me come to the home country, Ghana. So this is a question coming from Equia, and Equia said, I am based in Kumasi, and wow, I never know this organization is in Ghana. I'm on the website now, and I'm looking at the great things that JCI is doing from around the world. So in Ghana, Mr. President, what is your vision for JCI Ghana in 2018? Who are some of the founding members of JCI in Ghana? And is there a chapter in Kumasi that I can also join? Thank you.
Right. So, Ikea, thank you very much. First of all, in Kumasi, yes, we have a chapter called JCI Ghana City, JCI Garden City. They are based in Kumasi. If you can get in touch with me, I will link you to the current president of JCI Garden City. And next year, they will be hosting the national convention. So we'll be we'll be in Kumasi to do our national convention. Now, she wants to know some of the founding fathers of JCI. Yes,
Yeah,
we
the
have.
JCI Ghana, yes.
Yes, we have Senator Jacobs Ade. We have Senator.
Who are you talking of? I hope it's not me you're talking of, because I know I'm just kidding.
Yes, we have leaders. We have leaders, world leaders now. We have a lot of. We have Pakwesi Kumsa. We have a number of them. The name coming to mind is not readily coming to mind, but we have a number of founding fathers. Once she becomes a member, she'll be introduced to all of them. Some are not in the country at the moment, but she'll get to know all of them.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and we are ready to encourage them to be a member of JCI Ghana.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I know the time is really up. I would read two more questions from two individuals, and then we'll come back to wrap it up. I know you are a very busy man and you have other things to catch up with, so I wouldn't want to keep you that much. It's been just a wonderful conversation. I am so excited because you've been able to give a big background, a deep background of what JCI is to people from around the world. But before we do that, let me say a good evening to my good friend Christopher Abbey, Pastor Christopher Abbey, based in Ghana. I think he's a great man of God who is a member of Being Inspired and has always supported us spiritually with prayer and with support. I just want to encourage everyone in and around Ghana, Accra area. Watch night service will be at his place, and it's going to be massive and powerful. You are welcome to contact him. His name is Christopher Abbey once again, and then let me also say good evening to my good friend Pastor Henry Ampofu, all the way in the United Kingdom. I can see you are tuning, gluing to your set and enjoying the conversation between myself and your old friend Emmanuel. And so Emmanuel, the question I have here for you is actually coming from Liberia. And Liberia, this is from Jojo from Liberia. And Jojo's question is that, man, JCI Ghana, you guys are doing awesome. I used to live in a refugee camp in Ghana, and we started JCI with the able help of then JCI President, JCI Senator Samuel Jacobs Abbey, and we did awesomely well until we reintegrated back into our own country in Liberia. But my question to you is that you talked about empowering to make a difference. It is a very important initiative and a topic. My ask of you is that in empowering young people to make a difference, what do you think young people themselves should do to be empowered without necessarily waiting for our government and the system to empower us?
Right. So, like I said initially, you need to be an active citizen. You need to take that initiative to be an active citizen. You don't need to wait for government. You yourself should decide. It's a personal decision. And once you take that initiative to be an active citizen by identifying local challenges in your community and coming up with sustainable solutions, I believe you are empowering yourself, you are empowering your friends, your community. And like I was saying, my friend from Liberia, what you need to do is to take the initiative to identify local challenges. It doesn't have to be a big challenge. Identify the small challenges in your community. Once you do that, create sustainable solutions with stakeholders, and let the community members own that sustainable solution. Once they own it, it becomes easier because then they see themselves as part of the solution. And you need to have a monitoring and evaluation plan. Once you do that, it becomes easy. And a few months or years down the line, you get the necessary impact that you really want to see.
Good. Thank you so much, Mr. President. So our last question for the day, and interestingly, is going to be our last question for the year. And so, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that our last guest for the year was no mean person than the president of JCI, because next week, this we know we guys we are entering into the festive mood. So we will not necessarily host a guest, but we'll be on air as usual, 24 hours to broadcast and to have fun. So the last question for the year is actually coming all the way from the United Arab Emirates, and it's coming from Seidu. And Seidu's question to you is that I am a member of JCI here in the United Arab Emirates, and I just want to say good job for you guys in Ghana, and I hope to see you guys in India during our next World Conference. I have little to say than to congratulate you and to thank you guys for the good job that you are doing. So, Mr. President, it's not necessarily a question, it's just an appreciation of the work that you and the folks in Ghana are doing. So, on that note, folks, let me turn back to Emmanuel to give us his wrap-up note, and then if he has a message for people who are listening all over the world, particularly to those in Ghana, and also to wish all JCI folks a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Mr. President, back to you.
Right. So before I wrap up, I'll quickly share my vision with for JCI Ghana next year. Now, next year we are looking at a couple of things. Now, JCI Ghana, what we want to do is focus on a few strong things. Number one, we are looking at building our own office. We want to own our own office, and we are looking at raising funds to build this office, because we realize that there are a lot of young people who don't know much about JCI in Ghana. So we want to own this office. We want to ensure that people can come for training, be it JCI training. We have a lot of training. We have a lot of good training. So we are ready and willing to train a lot of young people to go out there to be young, active citizens, to take initiatives, to develop sustainable solutions for their community. So we want to encourage people, if they can help us donate, to ensure that we come up with this. We've done it with the library for the school, where we want to now own a JCI Ghana office, that we can do all this, we can really work from, we can ensure that young people are benefiting, and this is one of the things that we're really looking forward to see. Now, we're also looking at, we realize that sometimes some of the young people, and there are a number of things that in JCI you might have to be doing. You need to attend events, you need sometimes to, some of the trainings, you need to pay some fees, because some of the trainings are very expensive. But in JCI, the training that you could pay so much by a training consultant to train you, we put it off more or less a very moderate price. So we want to start what we call the JCI Ghana Business Fund, where people can pitch ideas, short-term business plans, and then once they make profit, they donate a portion of that money in addition to the grant that was given them back into the JCI Ghana Fund. And whatever profit they get is supposed to use, they are supposed to use it to fund their activity in JCI. So we want to help people, we want to cushion people so that young people will know that, okay, even if I join, there's an avenue for me to be able to explore my business potential and get some profit to help me fund my JCI activity. So we are really looking at raising, we're looking at getting donations, we are looking at raising this fund to help young people to be able to come join the organization. Because you can just imagine if every person or individuals in a community are taking this initiative that we are talking about. If I take an initiative, another young person takes another initiative, in a year, if you have, let's say, 100 young active citizens taking initiatives in their community, trust me, you don't need the government to come and solve it. You yourself can solve it. And there will be a lot of solutions, so much so that the world will be, your community will be a better place, your country all the better, and the world will enjoy the peace that it deserves. Because young people will have a lot of things to be doing, and they will not focus their energies on wrong things that will lead them astray and that will lead them into danger. But we believe that JCI is the best place to get young people to come and join. So we need people to help us to build this office, because it's going to come with conference rooms. We are going to do a lot of training for a lot of young people. We want to put them out there to be better people, because in JCI, we need to be better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those final words, and so those words of encouragement, and also for taking the opportunity of sharing your vision with JCI Ghana team through this platform. Mr. President, I cannot thank you enough for your time. I know that we will continue to work throughout your tenure of office in 2018, and God willing, we will be there to support you. And if there is a need for us to fly in to come and help co-chair some meetings for you, we will do our possible best to get involved. And also for folks listening from around the world, I am also very proud to let you know that I am a JCI member myself. I belong to both JCI Ghana and also a member of the JCI Virginia fraternity and a JCI senator. So I'm a core member of this group, and I can assure you, if you believe in my leadership, if you think that I have made a great impact in the world, just get to know that the source of my skills came from this organization. And the position that Emmanuel is currently occupying, I happen to have a great opportunity in my life to be the first president of JCI Ghana, and so it's just a privilege talking to the current president. And so on that note, folks from around the world, once again, I want to thank all of you. Thank especially Emmanuel and his family for allowing him. And I wish you guys a happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. And I pray that 2018 will bring us a beautiful year. Folks, again, just get to know that on Tuesday, December 26th, will be my wedding anniversary. So, hey, I will open the lines for you guys to call in and to wish me well. And December 29th, again, will be my birthday. So how about that? It's going to be fun. And I know Mr. President is also celebrating his anniversary around the same time. So it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be fun. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of your evenings with your family whilst I talk to Mr. President offline. God bless all of you. Enjoy this music, and we'll talk offline. God bless you all.
Hello, my name is Quan Green, and I would love to share some products that I found that are very beneficial to not only my body, but I'm sure that they would really help your body. I found out that a lot of us are impacted and we need to be detoxed, and I found some wonderful products that will safely detox you and help you to eliminate the waste and feel good about yourself. We also have products that will help grow your hair and give your skin more vibrant radiance and suppleness and help with wrinkles. I also have products that will help with joint pain as well as help you to lose weight. These products are all natural, therefore you don't have to worry about putting something in your body that's going to add problems to the problems that you may already be facing. So if you're interested, please give me a call at 706-426-1471, or you can email me at preciousjewel492@gmail.com. Thank you and have a blessed day.
To Weekend Night Live, hosted by Samuel Jacobs Abbey, where we play music, talk shows, and interviews on Be Inspired Podcast Network. Stay tuned and keep your dial on www.beinspiredpodcast.com. Don't forget to stay connected, be inspired, be unique, and be different.